from the defensive end position, and he can also fill in for B.J. Raji and Ryan Pickett at the nose tackle position. But he will provide a pass rush that will cause double teams. He'll free up Clay Matthews and those linebackers to get sacks and actually get more sacks than Clay Matthews had this year, who didn't have very many, if you remember correctly. Jarrell Worthy is by far the best fit. And then if they don't get Jarrell Worthy, look for them to get Ryan Crick down the road to fill their defensive line need.
We only asked for one, Cole. Drew?
Well, I'm going with Nick Perry because you nailed it. They do need somebody to rush the passer. They only had 6 sacks in the regular season, so they need somebody there. I like Nick Perry out of USC. We've had success drafting people, linebackers, specifically out of USC.
Out of that college,
I like him on the other side of Clay Matthews.
I 100% agree. Steph?
Well, I'm going to stick with the defensive end category, but I hope we get a luckier pick than Nick Perry. Hopefully Melvin Ingram. He's very good. He can drop back in coverage. He has great hands. He was when he played for South Carolina, he was actually on the kickoff team. The onside kick team, so he has great hands. So I'd like to see him.
Do you think he'll stay that far in the draft?
No. But
okay.
Fingers crossed.
All right. I was trying to get as realistic as possible. Nick?
I'm going to go a little off the board on this one. I don't know if Ted Thompson is going to address that D-line or offensive linebacker position for one reason. Historically, Ted Thompson does what he wants to do, and he picks the best player available.
Very true.
Despite that huge need, Thompson has confidence in himself to gather a linebacker or a defensive lineman from the middle rounds, 2 through 6. Mm-hmm. If there's a great standout player that dropped for some reason, he will not hesitate to pick him. He doesn't care about the critics.
So who's the name? I asked for a name, man.
I got no name. I'm getting no points.
I'm with you, though, Nick, on the taking the best player available.
I understand, but you got to take somebody. Just pop me a name, Nick.
I got no names.
He's got no names.
I got a couple more for you.
He's got no names, and he might not have any points after this round. Drew, who else do you got?
You need a rusher, like I said, a guy like Whitney Merrilis out of Illinois who had a breakout season. A guy like Ronell Lewis, a guy I like from Oklahoma. He's got that mean streak to him, and I don't think the Packers have enough of that in their defense. They need a guy like Jared Allen, just the motor type guy with that mean streak in him, and I don't think the Packers have him, so that would work for them.
Is that a little Vikings jealousy I'm sensing?
A little bit, yeah.
Ooh.
How can I argue with the points that you made, Drew? You named 5 different guys that the Packers should take. No offense, Nick, I totally agree. But Drew, buddy, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for information, and you are giving it.
Hey, when you love your mom, you get points.
You bet.
That's what I've learned in life so far. That's about it.
All right. Last topic in here in our first words. Hundreds of millions of dollars, as everybody knows, has already been spent this offseason in the MLB. Guys, teams like Miami Marlins, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, even the Detroit Tigers have splashed a big, big puddle. Who do you like, Nick? Who are your winners? Who are your losers? Tell me.
All right, I've got a couple winners and one loser that's a little off the page. Angels of Anaheim, big winners. Short term. They've got Pujols. That contract might hurt him in the end. He's going to help him immediately. They also brought in C.J. Wilson. And there's also a little guy named Kendry Morales coming back who broke his leg celebrating a walk-off home run almost 2 seasons ago when he averaged 306, 34 home runs, and over 100 RBIs. As far as other winners, the Miami Marlins, you guys can go into that. My loser is the Reds because of the Prince Fielder signing. Pujols and Fielder set the market for first baseman, and Votto's considered on their level, if not better than Fielder. The Reds have no chance to sign Votto. They should have done it a year ago.
And they lost their pitching.
But
Cole.
I'm hoping it'll happen. I don't agree with the Angels, though. I do not, because Kendrick Morales, he's coming back, but he's still hurt. And it sounds to me like they have a clogged DH position with Bobby Abreu still there, and now Pujols being there, and he's towards the back end of his career, he's going to go to DH. Fielder to Detroit. I think the Rangers did well with signing the best Japanese pitcher, Yu Darvish. The Brewers, I think, didn't do enough. Ryan Braun's going to be out. The Yankees and the Red Sox were quiet for the first time in this offseason.
It's kind of surprising.
Got a new manager, the Red Sox did, and the Yankees are trying to move A.J. Burnett as we speak.
Who are your losers, Cole?
The losers I have the San Diego Padres.
Yeah. Mark Kotsay probably won't be enough for the San Diego Padres.
No.
Drew, what do you got, buddy?
My winner is actually the Tigers. A week after their DH, Victor Martinez, goes down, they signed Prince Fielder. It was a gift from heaven for there. My loser, this might surprise you, is the Miami Marlins. Where are they getting all this money? They're signing Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, guys like that, Heath Bell, guys with huge contracts, and they barely have anybody come to their game. So I don't know where they're getting this money. And I'm picking them as a loser because in 5 years they might not even be in Miami because they could go bankrupt potentially
True.
with these contracts.
They're just
They
trying
might
to get
just have
people
to
to
end
fill
up
the seat.
signing LeBron James. Steph.
My winners are the Marlins just because I like their uniforms.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Losers, Brewers, just because Prince is gone and Gamel's not going to fill his shoes.
Give him a
So
chance.
LeBron does
I'll give him a
drugs.
chance. I'll give him a chance, but it's not going to happen.
You know, we're gonna finish this round off the way it should be, not leaving anybody, with no points.
Any
Nick, I like your
points.
points with the Angels. I'm surprised nobody's talked about their daunting starting pitching with Weaver, their 1-2 punch, and Wilson.
Good lineup.
I like it. Nick, good job, buddy. You're on the board with 5 whopping points. Hey, but after the first round, Drew's at 10, Steph's at 5, Nick's at 5, and Cole is at 5. We're going to take a wrap up to a UWL promo, and we'll bring it right back.
Fact: University of Wisconsin Lacrosse is ranked the #2 college in the Midwest.
UW La Crosse is ranked number 34 for out-of-state students among public universities nationwide.
UW La Crosse is ranked as one of the most military-friendly schools in the nation.
UW La Crosse is number 24 among medium colleges and universities for Peace Corps volunteers.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. Now we're going to play a game I like to call role play, where we bring in 4 quality athletes, either from the collegiate level or the professional level, and we're going to talk to them about their future and even the present, all the stats that they're putting up this season. First of all, we got Peyton Manning. Peyton, a lot of issues are going on with you right now and your Indianapolis Colts. How are you feeling health-wise, and where do you think you'll be playing next year?
Well, health-wise, it's kind of tough for me to tell you, but I love Jim Irsay, I loved him, what he's done for my career and things like that, but I don't want to be in Indy next year. They're looking to move on with Andrew Luck. Here's a team that I'd like to go to that no one's talking about, and I'll give you the reasons why. I'd like to go to Kansas City Chiefs. Now, before anybody jumps down my back saying they have 2 starting quarterbacks potentially, neither of those guys are going to win a Super Bowl. Kyle Orton or Matt Castle are both backups in this league at best. Neither of them have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. Think of who I was successful with. A guy named Tony Dungy. Oh, what was he? A defensive-minded, soft-spoken player's coach. I wonder what Romeo Cornell is. Oh, yeah, the same type of things. Look at those weapons I have around me. Dwayne Bowe, Anthony Milwaukee, Jamal Charles, and then Steve Bresson in the slot. I mean, I'd love to head out to Kansas City.
Do you guys have any agreements or disagreements
Cornell
with
was
Peyton?
pretty good with the Browns. He led them to a lot.
You like that?
With the Browns, who have the Browns ever had?
Oh.
Cam Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at least here, Romeo Cornell has players to work with.
Alrighty, here is our backup to Peyton Manning, maybe. We're going to bring on Andrew Luck. Now everybody knows Andrew Luck is a junior coming in the draft, said to be one of the best quarterback prospects to ever come out of college. Andrew, where do you see yourself next season?
I'm so nervous. I think I'm ready for the NFL, but I'm not sure I'm ready to start yet. I really hope my buddy, my mentor, Peyton Manning, stays in Indianapolis and is ready to teach me a thing or two. I hope Mr. Irsay ponies up the cash, the $28 million, to keep him around and doesn't keep sending out mysterious tweets about his future. Anyway, I was a projected #1 last year, but now I'm going to fall into the perfect situation with the Indianapolis Colts. If I can only sit on the bench for behind a Hall of Famer for a season or two, like Aaron Rodgers sat behind Favre,
Whoa.
I know I have a longer, more successful career. So I hope Indy keeps number 18 around.
Guys, any agreements, disagreements, comments for Andrew Luck?
I'm going to disagree with Andrew in the sense that, listen, bud, you're the top prospect since John Elway, if not better. Why don't you want to get out there and play right away, man? Make an impact. I understand you want to learn from the best in Peyton Manning,
Look what happened
but
to
you want
Ryan.
to play.
I don't want to be the next Ryan Leaf, man.
Yeah, how overwhelmed are you, Andrew? I mean, you're supposed to be the next God-given.
They've been talking